everyone, it's Bella, and today I'd like to talk to you about the full moon in Virgo at 8 degrees and 57 minutes on the 27th of February 2021. Now, this full moon is taking place in the nakshatra of Purva Palguni, foot of the bed, and it symbolizes creating with love and ease. And the ruler of this nakshatra is Venus, which is currently conjunct the sun in Pisces. And this nakshatra is symbolic of resting, of a bed, of a hammock. It symbolizes rejuvenation, rest, intercourse, pleasure, and its power is about creating. It's great for pregnancy. It's great for giving birth physically and figuratively. And it's a great time for ending toxic relationships, quitting a job that's not fulfilling, giving up bad habits. It's also a good time to watch your spending and overindulgence tendencies, cleaning up spaces, checking health habits, including the balance of healthy and toxic relationships, and getting yourself ready, getting your ducks in a row, cleaning up your life, your mind, aligning body, mind, and soul, because we're dealing here with Virgo and Piscean energy. And Virgo deals more with the body, where Pisces deals more with the soul. In order to be ready, this moon also sheds a light onto the spiritual and assists in removing the clutter and the dust in order to purge the way so that we can connect to the divine, to wholeness, to dissolving that which is unhealthy for not only our bodies but also our souls. So where is it and what is it that you need to end or change or adjust in order for you to live a more full and soul-fulfilling purpose in life? And this can even be a small daily routine and little changes that make big differences. Now, I'd like to look at both the number 8 and the number 9 with this moon. Now, the number 8 is connected to achieving results, reaching goals, balance, also in relationships, not overdoing things, and not over-serving others, as Virgo can do. And then the number 9 is connected to completion, but not finality, about the ending of one cycle and the potential for a new cycle to begin. So it's a transitioning process guided from God's wisdom. It's also about forgiveness of yourself and others, and compassion and selflessness. So this moon is really about something that you've been working on for a long time. And part of that has been finished now, is coming to a completion, but it's not fully complete yet. Let's say step 1 is finished, and you're now preparing to move into step 2. Now, a full moon can bring tension in relationships of the opposite sex or strong attraction in some cases. There can be a polarity between work and home, pleasure and responsibility, and so forth. But trust your intuition, which is more heightened at this time, to help guide you through these energies. Now, we have been knee-deep in Aquarius energy these past couple of weeks, allowing us to see where we need to be more our authentic selves and more independent, where we want more freedom, and pursuing more meaningful and purposeful lives. Change and more change, and not easy changes. Now, the Mercury retrograde has also assisted us in rethinking and reevaluating much of what's been going on, and also maybe, giving us some wild cards that we've had to dance around. And we're in a time where we might be considering committing more fully to something or completely breaking from it. It also brings its share of guilt and hard judgment on ourselves, and confusion at times with Neptune squaring the nodes. So try not to be too hard on yourself or others. Stay balanced in weighing both sides, and remind yourself of your humanity and that perfection, Virgo, is but a dream. We can aim for it, but stay realistic and allow yourself to make mistakes, and rather try to understand why and where it's stemming from, which will assist you in the future also with forgiveness and healing. Now this moon brings about a completion of some sort in the area of Virgo in your chart. It also is shining a light on the rest of the sky as it's opposite the other planets, giving us a view of all of our affairs. So you'll receive more insight and maybe more information that will guide you in your decision making. The ruler of this moon is Mercury, now direct, visible, and also the ruler of the North Node in Gemini, which emphasizes the completion of something in connection to where you are headed or planning towards. A time to move forward whilst embracing change and transformation, which can be exciting but also stressful, as there's much details to manage. It's a good time to keep things simple. Write down the lists, to-do lists, make sure you rest in between while so much is going on. On one hand, you can rest that one phase is complete, which brings a sort of relief, and allow yourself to enjoy that relief and really rest, as it's been a long time coming. But the bravo might be more internal and personal. Some might feel like now that they are finally done with one part of the phase, they might not want it all after all. Now, all planets are direct. It's good for making decisions and looking ahead and setting further goals for the next steps that you need to take moving forward. Saturn is still squaring Uranus, as it will be all year, and we are still dealing with stability versus change and a lot of fear that goes with it. So remember that the mutable sign of Virgo and also Mercury reminds us that we need to stay flexible in order to ease into the changes with less bruising along the way. Remember that flexibility is strength. With Venus now 2 in Pisces, and the ruler of the nakshatra of this full moon, where it is exalted but also invisible, relationship dynamics, future plans, and finances come into play. And with the moon also quincunx Saturn, relationship, harmony, and emotional insecurities can come up too. But it can also be a great time to dream, to indulge, and to again emphasize creating, forgiving, writing poetry, connecting with someone special, being romantic, grounding yourself in the earth and connecting to the divine. But be aware again of the overindulgence aspect of overspending, creating debt, or by being misled by others because you might be too compassionate during this time, by sacrificing too much for others and being used, or going overboard, or seeing things through rose-colored glasses. Remember, Venus is also reminding us to stay balanced, and this Virgo full moon will assist us in not blurring the lines of our boundaries, as Venus and Pisces can do sometimes, especially with Neptune there as well, and the Sun. And Jupiter, the ruler of Pisces, will be entering there as well soon. Now, Virgo is a cleansing and practical energy which helps finding solutions, and with the moon trine Uranus, we might get quite different insights and solutions to our problems at this time in unexpected, simple, and divine ways. There's a surrender energy here, and as we are still trying to figure it all out, digesting it all as Virgo does, deciding what needs to stay and what needs to go, closing one chapter and moving into another. We will still have time to see what is to be until July, as Venus is in her last closing square with Mars, where our unmet deepest emotional needs and pain from the past can be brought up to the surface to be seen and dealt with. Finally, this moon is about adjustments. It's about change and flexibility as we move forward towards the next step in the process. It's a purification process and a shedding, if you will, in order to make rational decisions in what works and what does not. What is nutritious for us on all levels of our being, creating balance with a heightened sense of intuition and a practical know-how, with more light on the path moving forward. This is a beautiful moon. Now I'd like to read to you the inside degrees of 9 degrees of Virgo. A man mixing cement, jammed tight with concepts, thinking about what you are doing, interpretations, evaluations, opinions, and surmises, void of heart force, believing in progress, bent upon success. You strictly, rigidly carry out what the mind dictates, a form of ignorance that is very clever. Something missing in the soul. Compensations on top of compensations. Exceedingly busy, hyper with plans, projects, and enterprises. You are very good at achieving results, riveted to the phenomena, but prone to casting shadows that come back to haunt, short-sighted and hooked into what is convenient and pragmatic, perfect in small outer things. All of existence becomes small outer things. Remember also that time with God will refill your tank for the tasks you face. I will end with a quote by John Maxwell. You will never change your life until you change something you do daily. The secret to your success is found in your daily routine. May the sun shine bright on you today. Until next time.